public transport project. We all need to be able to get on the tram. So people with disabilities like us, senior citizens, parents with trams, all about fair and equal access. Inaccessible is unacceptable. The Victorian state government must fund accessible public transport projects. There's those low-floor trams, but there's not enough of them, and there's not enough accessible tram stops to go with them. And the government has cut all the funding, and we want to talk to Minister Terry Mulder about it and ask him to please fund more accessible public transport projects. It's a simple request, and we only want to talk to Minister Terry Mulder about it. But all diplomatic efforts have failed through emails, phone calls, many emails, many phone calls. I had a meeting with Jim Betts, the Secretary for the Department of Transport, and I've had no official response after 2 months from Office of Minister Terry Mulder. So, as we say, inaccessible is unacceptable.
Inaccessible is unacceptable.
And the Victorian state government must fund accessible public transport projects.
Now!
Victorian state government must fund accessible public transport projects. Now! This is not only for us, as Michael has said, it is for older people with walking sticks, mums and dads with pushers, across the spectrum of all ages. There's not just older people in wheelchairs, there's younger people, and we need to get all of us to be able to travel from point A to point B without having to think a second thought about it. We want it now.
Alright, is everybody just about ready? Well, just get ready, and when the police say it's okay, we'll get on with it.
Yep. You go first, Michael, we'll follow.
Alright, thanks. Alright.
Okay.
Alrighty, here we go. Here goes nothing.
Ready?
Inaccessible is unacceptable.
Inaccessible is unacceptable.
The Victorian state government must fund accessible public transport projects.
Now!
Now.
When we want it?
Now.
Inaccessible is unacceptable.
The Victorian state government must fund accessible public transport projects. Now, we're going to try and stay in the left-hand lane.
Do you want to move that down?
Yeah, hang on. That's fine, Margaret. It's a minute to drive left-handed in. Get the sore left arm holding this microphone. Inaccessible is unacceptable.
Inaccessible is unacceptable.
The Victorian state government must fund accessible public transport projects. Now.
When do we want it?
Now. Inaccessible is unacceptable.
Inaccessible is unacceptable.
I'm not going to an accessible tram right past me. Okay, we've got the police up ahead. So take it nice and slowly. And this stupid. Hello. Got a technical audio trouble here. Look at my interior equipment. Thank you very much. There's a nice police car, and they're trying to move this along. I'm driving left-handed. I usually drive right-handed. Trying to hold this microphone. Inaccessible is unacceptable.
Inaccessible is unacceptable.
And the Victorian state government must fund accessible public transport projects now and into the future. When do we want it?
Now!
That's great. And here there's a nice low-floor tram, but there's not too many tram stops for that tram. Inaccessible is unacceptable.
Inaccessible is unacceptable.
The Victorian state government must fund accessible public transport projects. When do we want it?
Now!
Now, that's right. Now, Margaret is going to have a phone. Stay there, Margaret.
This is not only for us.
This is... Oops, we lost the sound.
Okay, this is not only for us, this is for your grandparents, for your aunts, for your uncles, for those, and as the officers here that are escorting us know, there is so many more accidents that occur that end up with people with disabilities. But that's a statistic that you do not hear. It's the poor police that have to attend those accidents and see the horrific injuries that these people sustain. And that is not just people in wheelchairs. That is your brother, your aunt, your uncle, anybody that decides that they're going to drive with alcohol in them. So,
all right, Margaret, and wait.
Keep going.
We have to wait.
Keep going with all right. So we need for you to let the Minister of Transport know by email that you're not happy with the fact that he is not funding accessible public transport projects in the manner that he should. We have had cuts so bad, like every other area, but the cuts to transport is deep into the way, into where we have to, all of us have to use the public transport, because things are getting dearer and dearer, and we all know that. So let's get on to the Minister of Transport, Mr. Terry Mulder, by email. Let him know you're not happy, that you want justice for your aunts and uncles, for your nieces and nephews, for your grandmothers and grandfathers. And here, back over to Mr. Michael Miller.
Thanks very much, Margaret. That was excellent. Just right here, we can see one of the new road for tram stops. Now, this is a good tram stop, and we need a lot more of them. The Victorian State Government has cut all the funding. They're not build any more of these types of tram stops like this one here. So, they're way behind on their milestones of the Disability Discrimination Act, and they need to move it along. Inaccessible is unacceptable.
Inaccessible is unacceptable.
The Victorian State Government must fund accessible public transport projects.
Now.
Now.
It has to be now.
So I'm going to drop left handed again. Okay, it's 2 o'clock. We're in the corner of Collins Street and Swanson Street, Melbourne, Victoria. And we are here to say that transport is inaccessible and it's unacceptable. And we're just going to stop here, Margaret, for a second. Are we all right? We're going to keep moving? Margaret's jumped ahead. Okay. Inaccessible is unacceptable. The Victorian State Government must fund accessible public transport projects. And we're just going to take a right-hand turn here and go up Collins Street on the tram track. We're trying to get a meeting with the Minister Terry Mulder to discuss funding more accessible public transport projects. Like there's a way-full tram right there on our right, and it's inaccessible because there's no tram stop there that provides fair and equal access. And the state government has a responsibility to pay for accessible public transport for everybody. Fair and equal access. Inaccessible is unacceptable. The Victorian State Government must fund accessible public transport projects. Now. When are we doing it? Now. That's right, Margaret. Thank you very much. Everybody deserves fair and equal access to public transport. And we're going up Collins Street, Melbourne, Victoria, on the tram tracks to make a point. Say that we cannot get on many of the trams, all the trains, independently. We need fair and equal access to public transport.